Wanna go to war, I'm with it. Got my garment fitted. I'm on the floor, I hit it. I'm an Israelite, they get it. Wanna go to war, I'm with it. Got my garment fitted. I'm on the floor, I hit it. I'm an Israelite, they get it. Ain't got time for no advance. I'm waiting on Christ's return. God gon' stretch his big hand. On scriptures, place gon' burn. Y'all say bye to missing. Israel, yeah, it's our turn. Watch your hand, don't reach out. Dash hands with no concern. Y'all hit y'all wall while I hit mine too. I hit mine a little bit different. Destruction on these nations, and I guarantee all these hitters gon' get it. Hit a run, are you going to the track out? Don't televise so you know we getting blacked out. Getting saved ain't something you should ask about. Now watch your chariot back out. When you wanna go to war, I'm with it. Got my garment fitted. I'm on the floor, I hit it. I'm an Israelite, they get it. Wanna go to war, with it. Got my garment fitted. I'm on the floor, I hit it. I'm an Israelite, they get it. Whoa. Wanna go to war, I'm with it. Whoa. Got my garment fitted. Whoa. I'm on the floor, I hit it. Whoa. I'm an Israelite, they get it. If it's too much for you, I advise you to stay home, man. Go and grab you a hobby. Whoa, chemo, sabi, friends, check copies. Spirit of golly, even chosen Bali. Whoa. Wait. Man, why am I even running back? I don't know. Man, it's a million ways I can flip that. Shouldn't be acting like that. I need that. Temptation, I don't need that. Just throwing up, really need feedback. Trying to get the kingdom, man. Tell me where the keys at. Cut to him, Joseph. Spit him like Moses. Oh, Pharaoh, leave. None of his potions, give him no roses. Osmosis, let me breathe. Penny on a dollar, heathen with a collar. I went out, father. You an imposter. Burn your cover, sending your father. Praise to the Abba, running back louder. You can run or you going to the track out. Televised so you know we getting back down. Getting saved ain't something you should ask about. Now watch the chariot back out. If you are trying to go to war, I'm with it. Got my garment fitted. I'm on the floor, I hit it. I'm an Israelite, they get it. Wanna go to war, with it. Got my garment fitted. I'm on the floor, I hit it. I'm an Israelite, they get it. Whoa. Wanna go to war, I'm with it. Whoa. Got my garment fitted. Whoa. I'm on the floor, I hit it. Whoa. I'm an Israelite, they get it.
We give it for the Lord. It's something bad in the mist. Got a sip from the drink in the mix. In my bag, full of script. Let it go on the track. That's a hit. Pull a script from the hip. Claim the belt. That's a hit. Pull a script from the hip. Claim the belt. That's a hit. If you ain't standing for the truth, then you don't understand us. Yeah. Big ol' family, hit for corners in Miami, never baby. We ain't charging another foreign answer. Yeah. We giving truth for the Lord. I'm a patient saint when I be in Atlanta. Temptation, I can pray to God and never stop me. Christian churches, Holy Ghost is out and catching bodies. Yeah. We giving truth for the Lord. Giving that when I'm down for. Compliments to relax ya. Split tongue and that laughter. Never back to a pastor. Backstabbing and mask up. Disguise with a back rub. Cool, we got truth. It's something bad in the mist. Got a sip from the drink in the mix. In my bag, pull a script. Let it go on the track. That's a hit. Pull a script from the hip. Claim the belt. That's a hit. Pull a script from the hip. Claim the belt. That's a hit. Told me go get him, I got him. I came from the life of the party to giving the party the light. Sucking the dark as the fight. Everyone wanna be right, not just. They not right, just think I might just show them just. Let me be the judge. Show them how to love right thus. When no mic touch, give it my touch. That's a plus. 144,000 added up. That's a rush. That's a blitz. Take your quarterback, we coming with the central. It's something bad in the mist. Got a sip from the drink in the mix. In my bag.
Hey, shalom, Israel, Most High in Christ bless. Pray all is well. Today, I'm your host for History in the AM. Today, we will be talking briefly about the Assyrian, and then we will go into Tobit. My plan is to go into the age of the Assyrian, but we will focus on Tobit for today. But let's begin with Genesis real quick. Genesis chapter 10, read verse 1.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 10, verse 1.
Come on.
Now these are the generations of the sons of Noah.
So we'll go in the sons of Noah. Come on.
Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And unto them were sons born after the flood. The sons of Japheth, Gomer.
Now skip that. Read me verse 11.
Verse 11.
Come on.
Out of that land went forth Ashur.
So Ashur, that's the Assyrian. Out of that land went forth Ashur. Come on.
And builded Nineveh.
Builded Nineveh. You know, Nineveh became a great city of the Assyrian. And that's when Tobit, they was in that land. And that's why you see Jonah, the prophet Jonah, was in that land. A lot of the prophet prophesied about that land. Even Nahum prophesied about the destruction of that land. A lot of the prophets spoke on that land. And little brief history, the Assyrian, their army wasn't no joke at all. Their army was serious army. So we're just giving you a glimpse of the beginning, the land of Nineveh. Read 11 again.
Verse 11.
Out
of that land went forth Ashur.
Ashur, come on.
And builded Nineveh.
And builded Nineveh, come on.
And the city Rehoboth. And Calah.
And Calah. So give me read verse 20.
Verse 20. These are the sons of Ham, after their family, after their tongues, and their countries, and in their nations.
So when you read verse 15 and verse 20, it give you the sons of Ham. So now what I want is verse 21, actually. Come on.
Verse 21. Unto Shem also, the father of all the children of Eber, the brother of Japheth, the elder. Even to him were children born. The children of Shem, Elam, and Ashur.
See that Ashur, that's the Assyrian. Come on.
And Aphraxad, and Lud, and Aram.
So we'll give you a brief history of the Assyrian. It also came from the forefather Shem as well, the Assyrian. So give me let me see. Give me Nahum. Nahum chapter, I should have skipped that. Give me 2 Kings 17. 2 Kings 17. Read verse 1. 2 Kings 17, read verse 1.
The book of 2 Kings, chapter 17, verse 1.
Come on.
In the 12th year of Ahaz, king of Judah, began Hoshema, the son of Elah, to reign in Samaria over Israel 9 years. And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord.
So he did that which was evil. Come on.
But not as the kings of Israel that were before him. Against him came up Shalmaneser.
So in Tobit, they call him a different name. Pause it real quick. Let's go to Tobit chapter 1. Let me show you something, because that's the same king that's in the book of Tobit. 1 second. Read Tobit chapter 1. Read verse 1 for me.
This is the book of Tobit, chapter 1, verse 1.
Read verse 2.
Verse 2. Who in the time of Enemeneser.
See, Enemeneser in the book of, during the time of 2 Kings, his name is Shalmaneser. That's the same people, the same person. The same person. Come on.
King of the Assyrians. Was led captive out of Thisbe, which is at the right hand of that city, which is called properly Naphtali in Galilee, above Assur.
So let's go back to 2 Kings, because that's the same king, Shalmaneser. That's the same. He's the same man. What's his name again? In Tobit. How to call him in Tobit?
Enemeneser.
Same person. Come on, let's go back.
It's the book of 2 Kings, chapter 17,
verse 3.
Verse 3.
Come on.
Against him came up Shalmaneser, king of Assyria, and Hoshea became his servant and gave him presents. And the king of Assyria found conspiracy in Hoshea, for he had sent messengers to So king of Egypt, and brought no present to the king of Assyria. And he had done year by year, Therefore the king of Assyria shut him up and bound him in prison. Then the king of Assyria came up throughout all the land and went up to Samaria and besieged it 3 years.
Come on.
In the 9th year of Hoshea, the king of Assyria took Samaria and carried Israel away into Assyria.
See that? Carry Israel away. That's why when you go to Tobit, you see Israel in Nineveh, in Israel in another land. You know the reason why they in that land. You understand? From there, jump to verse 20. Let me see. Actually, we're gonna come back to that. Let's go to verse let's go to book of Tobit real quick. We're gonna come back to that later. Tobit chapter 1, read verse 1.
This is the book of Tobit, chapter 1, verse 1.
Come on.
The book of the words of Tobit, son of Tobiel, the son of Ananiel, the son of Aduel, the son of Gabiel, of the seed of Asael, of the tribe of Naphtali.
Tribe of Naphtali. Come on. That's not in the kingdom. Come on.
Who in the time of Enemanessar,
So that's what we read about in 2 Kings, Shalmaneser. Come on.
king of the Assyrians, was led captive out of Thisbe,
So they led them captive, read.
which is at the right hand of that city, which is called properly Naphtali in Galilee, above Asser. Tobit have walked all the days of my life in the way of truth and justice.
So read through it again.
I, Tobit, have walked all the days of my life in the way of truth and justice.
So Tobit, he said, I, Tobit, have walked all the days of my life in the way of truth and justice. That's how you know Tobit was keeping God's laws. He feared the Lord. You understand? He lived according to God's laws in truth and justice. Just give me a scripture on truth real quick. Psalms 119 real quick. He said he lived according to truth and justice. And when we continue to read, you will find out that this brother was very faithful and he loved his people. And spirit like this, the Lord bring back because he know his people need this kind of spirit to bring them out of captivity, to structure them, to give them the laws. Because once we do evil, the Lord will set another nation upon us. You understand? Read what you got.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse 142.
Come on.
Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness,
Uh-huh.
and thy law is the truth.
So Tobit was firm enough. He was bold enough to say, I, Tobit, have walked in all the days of my life in the way of truth and justice. How many of us can say that? How many of us are bold to say we have walked faithfully in this truth? I know a lot of times the Lord took us from different walks of life. But in your days of the truth, can you say you walk perfectly in God's righteousness? That's why Romans 15:4 said, whatsoever things are written aforetime written for our learning. For our learning. So when we read history like this, seeing our forefather love their people, love God's laws, we have to put that in our spirit as well. So go back to Tobit, read verse 3.
The book of Tobit, chapter 1, verse 3.
Come on.
I, Tobit, have walked all the days of my life in the way of truth and justice.
Come on.
And I did many alms deed to my brethren.
See that? He did many alms deed to his brethren. A lot of times we don't want to do alms deed to our brethren. That's why when you read Corinthians 13, it says charity. Charity is very important. Paul said, if I can prophesy up and down, whatever. But if I have no charity, I'm nothing. I become nothing at all. Charity is also alms deed to your brethren. Read that again.
I, Tobit, have walked all the days of my life in the way of truth and justice.
Come on.
And I did many alms deeds to my brethren.
And that's what we should be doing to our brothers and sisters. Come on.
And my nation.
Read.
Who came with me to Nineveh.
Who did what?
Who came with me to Nineveh.
Uh-huh.
Into the land of the Assyrians.
See that? Into the land of the Assyrians. Go back again to Genesis. Let's read that. Genesis 10. You know what I want. Into the land of Nineveh. In the land of the Assyrian. Came to Nineveh. Let's read that. real quick. I'm not looking at it. Just read that.
The book of Genesis, chapter 10, verse 11.
Mm-hmm.
Out of that land went forth Ashur.
Ashur, that's their Syria. Come on.
And builded Nineveh.
And build a what?
And builded Nineveh.
And buildeth Nineveh. And buildeth Nineveh. Let's go back.
The book of Tobit, chapter 1, verse 3.
Uh-huh.
I, Tobit, have walked all the days of my life in the way of truth and justice, and I did many alms deeds to my brethren and my nation, who came with me to Nineveh, into that land of the Assyrians.
And the reason why they was in that, because of what the Lord allowed them to go over there. They was under subjection to the what? To the Assyrian king. That's why they was over there. So keep reading.
And when I was in mine own country, in the land of Israel, being but young, all the tribe of Naphtali, my father, fell from the house of Jerusalem.
See that? They fell from the house of Jerusalem. We're going to touch that. Come on.
Which was chosen out of all the tribes of Israel.
Which was what?
Chosen out of all the tribes of Israel.
Actually, let's touch the first part. He said, when I was in my own country, in the land of Israel, but being but young, all the tribe of Naphtali, my father fell from the house of Jerusalem, right? Let's go to history over that real quick. Let's get the history on that real quick. First Kings. Let's read about it. First Kings 12, read verse 1. Because the tribe rebelled. They stopped going up. They stopped going up to Jerusalem. Let's read that real quick.
It's the book of First Kings, chapter 12, verse 1.
Come on.
And Rehoboam went to Shechem, for all Israel were to come to Shechem to make him king. And it came to pass, when Jeroboam the son of Nebat, who was yet in Egypt, heard of it, for he was fled from the presence of King Solomon, and Jeroboam dwelt in Egypt, that they sent and called him. And Jeroboam and all the congregation of Israel came and spake unto Rehoboam, saying, Thy father made our yoke grievous. Now therefore, make thou the grievous service of thy father, and his heavy yoke which he put upon us lighter.
It said just make it lighter a little bit. Come on.
And we will serve thee.
And we will serve thee. They didn't say they don't want to serve you. They said just make it lighter. Have mercy on us a little bit. Come on.
And he said unto them.
They're reasoning with their king. They're letting him know. Just make it lighter a little bit. Come on.
And he said unto them, Depart yet for 3 days.
He said, go 3 days. Come on.
Then come again to me. And the people departed.
Because if you're a king, you have compassion on your people to let you know that that's something you can decide. You say, yo, you know what? Y'all go 3 days. Let me think about it. Come on.
And King Rehoboam consulted with the old men that stood before Solomon his father while he yet lived, and said, How do ye advise that I may answer this people? And they spake unto him, saying, If thou wilt be a servant unto this people this day, and will serve them, and answer them, and speak good words to them, then they will be thy servants forever. See
that? They gave him some wisdom right there. But because he's not wise, he didn't catch it. In verse 7 saying, and they shall speak unto him, saying, If thou wilt be a servant unto this people. A leader is a servant to the people, and will serve them. He didn't want to serve them. His job was he wanted to make their yoke harder, heavier. So he didn't catch that part at all. Read verse 7 again.
Verse 7. And they spake unto him, saying, If thou wilt be a servant.
If you will be a servant, come on.
Unto this people this day, and will serve them.
Will serve them, because a leader's job is to serve his people. Make sure their people is all right. Come on.
And answer them, and speak good words to them. Then they will be thy servants forever.
See that? Then they will be thy servant forever. Come on.
But he forsook the counsel of the old men.
He did what?
He forsook the counsel of the old men.
He forsook the counsel of the old man. He didn't give a damn about it. He don't want to do it. He didn't want to do it at all. Let me show you something about leaders that brothers got to pay attention to. Give me Job real quick. Job 29 in verse 11. Let me show you something.
The book of Job, chapter 29, verse 11.
Come on.
When the ear heard me, then it blessed me.
Come on.
And when the eye saw me, it gave witness to me.
It give witness to me. Come on.
Because I delivered the poor.
See that? Because I delivered the poor. That's why when the ear heard me, they blessed me. And when the eye saw me, they give witness of me because I did what?
Because I delivered the poor that cried.
See that? That's a leader, to deliver the poor that cried. Come on.
And the fatherless, and him that had none to help him.
See that? And him that had none to help him. Him that had none to help him. Come on.
The blessing of him that was ready to perish came upon me. And I caused the widow's heart to sing for joy.
See that? Caused the widow's heart to sing for joy. That's how a king or a leader should move. Let's go back. We're going to come back to that later on. Let's go back to Kings. Read that. Where were you at?
We were at
verse 7. Come on. Read it again.
Okay. The book of 1 Kings, chapter 12, verse 7. And they spake unto him, saying, If thou wilt be a servant unto this people this day, and will serve them, and answer them, and speak good words to them, then they will be thy servants forever.
Come on.
But he forsook the counsel of the old men.
He didn't want to hear the old man. Come on.
Which they had given him, and consulted with the young men that were grown up with him.
And that's the reason. That's the thing a lot of brothers and sisters do in this truth. They won't counsel with people that's been in this truth longer. They won't do that. They will counsel people that is the same rank as them. People that came just a few months ago, a year ago, and then they want a wise counsel. It don't work like that. It do not work like that. But that's what he did. He counseled with his own peers. Read it again.
But he forsook the counsel of the old men, which they had given him, and consulted with the young men that were grown up with him, and which stood before him.
Come on.
And he said unto them, What counsel give ye that we may answer this people, who have spoken to me, saying, Make the yoke which thy father did put upon us lighter.
And Israel do that a lot. Sometimes you will counsel them, they're going to go to their friend and get another counsel. And then whatever their peers tell them, that's what they do. So what's the point of coming to a leader? It don't make no sense at all. But Israel do that. That tells you that Israel do that right here. He went to the elder. They give him a wise counsel. And then he said, well, you know what? I don't like that. A lot of times Israel come for counsel. They want you to tell them what already in their mind. So if you don't tell them what's already in their mind, they don't like it. They turn the other side. They go to their peers, their friend that been here in 1 year as them, or 6 months as them, to get counsel. Young in the faith as them to get counsel. And then what? When that person gives them counsel, of course that counsel is going to be different from the counsel that you get from a person that been here for a long time. So you know what the person they do? They follow their counsel that they want to hear. That's how it is. That's why whatsoever things are written aforetime is written for our learning. Because we don't want to learn, therefore we repeat the same mistake. For example, murmuring. Still got brother murmuring and stuff. The Lord kill people for murmuring. They read it, but you think they have that fear? Nah, they don't have that fear. They want to do whatever they want to do anyways. The Lord literally kill people for that nonsense. But Israel, you know what? Israel don't like to listen. Don't like to listen at all. They will do their own thing. Let's go back. I think I saw a sideboard. Let's go back. Read what you got.
The book of 1 Kings, chapter 12, verse 9. And he said unto them, What counsel give ye that we may answer this people, who have spoken to me, saying, Make the yoke which thy father did put upon us lighter. And the young men that were grown up with him spake unto him, saying, Thus shalt thou speak unto this people that spake unto thee, saying, Thy father made our yoke heavy, but make thou it lighter unto us. Thus shalt thou say unto them, My little finger shall be thicker than thy father's loins.
See, that's the counsel he was giving. Come on.
And now, whereas my father did lade you with a heavy yoke, I will add to your yoke. My father hath chastised you with whips, but I will chastise you with scorpions.
That brother says he's going to take it to the whole different level. Can't make it up. Come on.
So Jeroboam and all the people came to Rehoboam the third day, as the king had appointed, saying, Come to me again the third day. And the king answered the people roughly and forsook the old men's counsel.
See that? He answered the people what?
Roughly.
He didn't give a damn. Come on. And what?
And forsook the old men's counsel that they gave him.
See that? But instead, he took the counsel that his foolish friends gave him. Israel do that all the time. All the time.
To their destruction.
To their own destruction. Leadership will give them counsel to go back and say, nah. They'll go ask somebody else. Come on.
And spake to them after the counsel of the young men, saying, My father made your yoke heavy.
Why do you think some brothers be bugged out of this truth? Because leadership will talk to them and see that, hey, no, don't do this. But they're going to ask their own peers. And their peers going to mess them up. And that's why they make dumb decisions. And then where they at now?
Gone with the wind.
Come on.
And spake to them after the counsel of the young men, saying, My father made your yoke heavy, and I will add to your yoke. My father also chastised you with whips, but I will chastise you with scorpions. Wherefore the king hearkened not unto the people, for the cause was from the Lord. For the cause was from the Lord, that he might perform his saying, which the Lord spake to Ahijah, the Shilonite, unto Jeroboam the son of Nebat.
So everything was planned. Everything was off the Lord. Come on.
So when all Israel saw that the king hearkened not unto them,
See, the people saw that the king didn't listen to them. Come on.
the people answered the king, saying, What portion have we in David?
So what's the point of us being here then? Come on.
Neither have we inheritance in the sons of Jesse.
Come on.
To your tents, O Israel. Now see to thine own house, David. So Israel departed unto their tents. But as for the children of Israel, which dwelt in the cities of Judah, Rehoboam reigned over them. Then King Rehoboam sent Adoram, who was over the tribute, and all Israel stoned him with stones.
See, all Israel did what?
Stoned him with stones.
Israel wasn't playing game at all. They said, we're going to tell you that this stuff's serious. Read it again.
Then King Rehoboam sent Adoram, who was over the tribute, and all Israel stoned him with stones that he died. Therefore King Rehoboam made speed to get him up to his chariot to flee to Jerusalem. So Israel rebelled.
See that? Israel rebelled. That's what Tobit was talking about. Israel did what?
Rebelled.
That's his forefather. They rebelled against what?
Against the house of David unto this day.
See that? That's what happened. Now read verse 25.
Verse 25.
Come on.
Then Jeroboam built Shechem in Mount Ephraim, and dwelt therein, and went out from thence, and built Penuel. And Jeroboam said in his heart, Now shall the kingdom return to the house of David. If this people go up to do sacrifice in the house of the Lord at Jerusalem, then shall the heart of this people turn again unto their Lord, even unto Rehoboam king of Judah. And they shall kill me, and go again to Rehoboam king of Judah.
So what he did?
Whereupon the king took counsel, and made 2 calves of gold, and said unto them, It is too much for you to go up to Jerusalem. Behold thy gods.
See that? Now he made gods for them. So therefore the people don't go to Jerusalem no more. And that's what Tobit was saying that. Come on.
O Israel, which brought thee up out of the land of Egypt. And he set the one in Bethel, and the other put he in Dan.
Let's drop that. Let's go back to Tobit for the sake of time. Read verse 4 again.
The book of Tobit, chapter 1, verse 4.
Come on.
And when I was in mine own country in the land of Israel, being but young, all the tribe of Naphtali, my father, fell from the house of Jerusalem.
See that? Why? Because they rebelled. They stopped going up. Come on.
Which was chosen out of all the tribes of Israel.
Which was what?
Which was chosen out of all the tribes of Israel.
Now, Psalms 9, read verse 11. Psalms 9, read verse 11.
The book of Psalms, chapter 9, verse 11.
Come on.
Sing praises to the Lord, which dwelleth in Zion.
We do what?
Which dwelleth in Zion.
You see that? Come on.
Declare among the people his doings.
That's that chosen. Give me Psalm 76, read verse 2.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 76, verse 2.
Come on.
In Salem also is his tabernacle, and his dwelling place in Zion.
Where his dwelling place?
In
His
Zion.
dwelling place is in Zion. That's what Tobit is talking about. Give me Psalms 87, read verse 1.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 87, verse 1. His foundation is in the holy mountains. The Lord loveth the gates of Zion.
The Lord did what?
Loveth the gates of Zion.
Come on.
More than all the dwellings of Jacob.
See that? He loved the gate of Zion more than the other dwelling place, because you have 12 tribes. Everybody have different dwelling places. He loved the what?
The gates of Zion more than all the dwelling places of Jacob.
Psalms 132, read verse 13. Psalms 132, read verse 13.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 132, verse 13.
Come on.
For the Lord hath chosen Zion.
He did what?
Chosen Zion.
Uh-huh.
He hath desired it for his habitation.
So let's go back to Tobit. Read verse 4 again.
This is the book of Tobit, chapter 1, verse 4.
Come on.
And when I was in mine own country and the land of Israel, being but young, all the tribe of Naphtali, my father, fell from the house of Jerusalem, which was chosen out of all the tribes of Israel.
And that's what we just read. Chosen out of all the tribe of Israel. Come on.
That all the tribes should sacrifice there, where the temple of the habitation of the Most High was consecrated and built for all ages.
Come on.
Now all the tribes which together revolted, and the house of my father Naphtali, sacrifice unto the heifer Baal.
And that's what we read in Kings. Come on.
But I alone went often to Jerusalem at the feast, as it was ordained unto all the people of Israel by an everlasting decree, having the first fruits and the tenths of increase.
Read that part again. Read that part again.
But I alone went often to Jerusalem at the feast.
See that pause. A lot of times, people will not be doing what's required. But you got to always make sure you stick to the Lord. Stick to what is right. Stick to the commandments. Stick to what is written. Because Tobit didn't bang. He didn't stop. Read that part again so people can understand. Read verse 5 and 6 together.
The book of Tobit, chapter 1, verse 5.
Uh-huh.
Now all the tribes which together revolted, and the house of my father Naphtali, sacrificed unto the heifer Baal.
So Northern Kingdom, a lot of them was into idolatry, into foolishness. But what happened to him? What he said?
But I alone
Him by himself was what?
went often to Jerusalem at the feast.
See that? He said, "Nah, I'm not going to stay back." A lot of times people don't even want to come to the Sabbath. A lot of times people don't even want to come to the Sabbath. Every day they make up sickness. Every day, I'm sick, this, I'm this, I'm that. Every day they make up stuff. But you have a testimony of people in the scripture that apply themselves, apply God's laws to their life. Read verse 6 again.
Verse 6. But I alone went often to Jerusalem at the feast, as it was ordained unto all the people of Israel.
As it was what?
Ordained unto all the people of Israel.
See that? As it was ordained. Come on, finish that out.
By an everlasting decree, having the first fruits and tenths of increase, with that which was first shorn. And them gave I at the altar to the priests, the children of Aaron.
So go to Leviticus real quick. Leviticus 23, read verse 1 and 2.
It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, concerning the feast of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations, even these are my feasts.
Even what?
These are my feasts.
That's verse 2?
Yes.
So now, the Lord ordained feast days. You read the whole Leviticus 23, it lets you know. Tobit didn't forsake that. he applied that. The Christian church now saying, oh no, you can't do that, you cannot do that. Because they departed from that. Give me Psalms 122 real quick. Read verse 4. Psalms 122, read verse 3 for me, 3 and 4.
The book of Psalms, chapter 122, verse 3. Jerusalem is builded as a city that is compact together. Whither the tribes go up.
What are the what?
Whither the tribes go up.
Whether the tribes go up, come on. And that's what Tobit didn't forget. He went up, come on.
The tribes of the Lord.
Because the tribe rebelled, they stopped going up. They stopped going up. But they ordained in the scripture that they ought to go up and go offer the sacrifices. That's why I said 3 times a year. Come on.
Whither the tribes go up. The tribes of the Lord, unto the testimony of Israel.
See that? Come on.
To give thanks unto the name of the Lord.
That's the reason why to go. To give thanks. To give thanks. So now let's go to the thanks of increase. Deuteronomy 14, read verse 22. Because Tobit mentioned that as well.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 14, verse 22.
Come on.
Thou shalt truly tithe all the increase of thy seed, that the field bringeth forth year by year. And thou shalt eat before the Lord thy God in the place which he shall choose to place his name there.
And that's Jerusalem. Come on.
The tithe of thy corn, of thy wine, and of thine oil, and the firstling of thy herds, and of thy flocks, that thou mayest learn to fear the Lord thy God always.
Now read verse 27.
Verse 27. And the Levite that is within thy gates, thou shalt not forsake him, for he hath no part nor inheritance with thee. At the end of 3 years thou shalt bring forth all the tithe of thine increase the same year, and shalt lay it up within thy gates. And the Levite, because he hath no part nor inheritance with thee, and the stranger, and the fatherless, and the widow, which are within thy gates, shall come, and shall eat, and be satisfied, that the Lord thy God may bless thee in all the work of thine hand, which thou doest.
So let's go back. That's what Tobit was speaking about in verse 6. Read that one more time.
The book of Tobit, chapter 1, verse 6.
Come on.
But I alone went often to Jerusalem at the feast, as it was ordained unto all the people of Israel by an everlasting decree, having the first fruits and the tenths of increase.
That's the tenth of the increase we just read. Come on.
With that which was first shorn, and them gave I at the altar to the priests, the children of Aaron.
Give it to the Levite because they have no inheritance. That's the reason why he gave it to them. Read verse 7.
Verse 7. The first 10th part of all increase I gave to the sons of Aaron, who ministered at Jerusalem. Another 10th part I sold away, and went and spent it every year at Jerusalem. And the third I gave unto them to whom it was meet.
So read verse 7 again.
Verse 7. The first 10th part of all increase I gave to the sons of Aaron, who ministered at Jerusalem. Another 10th part I sold away.
So first, give me Deuteronomy real quick. 10, read verse 8. Deuteronomy 10, read verse 8.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10, verse 8.
Come on.
At that time, the Lord separated the tribe of Levi to bear the ark of the covenant of the Lord, to stand before the Lord, to minister unto him, and to bless in his name unto this day. Wherefore, Levi have no part nor inheritance with his brethren. The Lord is his inheritance, according as the Lord thy God promised him.
See that? So that's why when we go to 14 again and read verse 29, Deuteronomy.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 14, verse 29. And the Levite, because he hath no part nor inheritance with thee, and the stranger, and the fatherless, and the widow, which are within thy gates, shall come, and shall eat and be satisfied.
The Lord told Israel to not forsake Levi, to not forsake them at all. Come on, finish that out.
and be satisfied, that the Lord thy God may bless thee
See that? When you do that, the Lord will bless thee. Come on.
in all the work of thine hand which thou doest.
Tobit understood that. He understood that. That's why he was doing it. Read verse 7 and 8 together.
The book of Tobit, chapter 1, verse 7. The 1/10 part of all increase I gave to the sons of Aaron, who ministered at Jerusalem. Another 10th part I sold away and went and spent it every year at Jerusalem. And the third I gave unto them to whom it was meet, as Deborah my father's mother had commanded me, because I was left an orphan by my father. Furthermore, when I was come to the age of a man.
Just pay attention to verse 8, though. Read it one more time.
Verse 8. And the third I gave unto them to whom it was meet, as Deborah my father's mother had commanded me, because I was left an orphan by my father.
I was what?
Left an orphan by my father.
The Lord put in place for the what? For the fatherless. The Lord set things in place. Give me the Deuteronomy real quick. 10 read verse 17. Deuteronomy 10 read verse 17.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10, verse 17. For the Lord your God is God of gods and the Lord of lords, a great God, a mighty and a terrible, which regardeth not persons nor taketh reward. He doeth execute the judgment of the fatherless.
See that he executed the judgment of the what?
Fatherless.
And what?
And widow. And loveth the stranger, and giving him food and raiment.
See that? The Lord set things in place for those that are fatherless, the widows, and all those things. He set things in place. That's why I say we're going to come back to Job. Go back to Job 29. Read verse 11.
Book of Job, chapter 29, verse 11.
Come on.
When the ear heard me, then it blessed me.
It blessed me. Come on.
And when the eye saw me, it gave witness to me.
Give witness to me. Come on.
Because I delivered the poor that cried.
See that? A leader delivered the poor that cried. Come on.
And the fatherless.
See that? And the fatherless. Come on.
And him that had none to help him.
Him that had none to help him. Come on.
The blessing of him that was ready to perish came upon me, and I caused the widow's heart to sing for joy.
Come on. I
put on righteousness, and it clothed me.
And it clothed me. Come on.
My judgment was as a robe and a diadem. I was eyes to the blind, and feet was I to the lame.
See that? Read that part again.
I was eyes to the blind, and feet was I to the lame.
Come on.
I was a father to the poor, and the cause which I knew not, I searched out.
You see that? So that's what the Lord put things in people's spirit to always care for what? For the fatherless, for the poor, for the widows, and all those things. Even when you go to James 1:27. Let's read that real quick. And that's how you operate if you're a leader. That's how you operate. That's some heavy stuff. He said, when the eye saw me to make witness of me. When the ear hear me, they listen. Because what? I deliver the poor, the widows, people that have no help. As a leader, you always got to have that thing in the back of your mind. Always. That's that love of the people. Let's read what you got. James 1, read verse 27.
This is the book of James, chapter 1, verse 27. Pure religion and undefiled before God and the Father is this, to visit the fatherless.
See that? To visit the what?
The fatherless and widows in their affliction.
In their affliction. Come on.
And to keep himself unspotted from the world.
Let's go back to Tobit.
This is the book of Tobit, chapter 1, verse 8. And the third I gave unto them to whom it was meet, as Deborah my father's mother had commanded me.
So he understood that. So he gave to where it need to be at. Come on.
Because I was left an orphan by my father. Furthermore, when I was come to the age of a man, I married Anna of mine own kindred.
I did what?
I married Anna of mine own kindred.
So the black men don't understand that thing. They do not at all. They want to marry somebody that's not of their nation. Black men love to do that. Comfortable in this damn land. Read it again.
Furthermore, when I was come to the age of a man, I married Anna of mine own kindred, and of her I begat Tobias.
So let's touch on that a little bit. Give me the Tobit, same book, 4, read verse 12.
It's the book of Tobit, chapter 4, verse 12.
Come on.
Beware of all whoredom, my son,
Uh-huh.
and chiefly take a wife of the seed of thy fathers, and take not a strange woman to wife, which is not of thy father's tribe. For we are the children of the prophets.
We are the children of the prophets. Come on.
Noah, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Remember, my son, that our fathers from the beginning, even that they all married wives of their own kindred, and were blessed in their children, and their seed shall inherit the land. Now therefore, my son, love thy brethren.
That's heavy right there. Love your people. Because if you don't love your people, you're not going to marry your people. So he make it simple. He said, now therefore do what?
Now therefore, my son, love thy brethren,
Uh-huh.
and despise not in thy heart thy brethren.
Because if you hate your people, you're going to marry somebody else, a different nation. That's what that tells you. People that's into interracial marriage, they hate their own people. Plain and simple. I don't care how you see it. That's what the Bible say. Come on.
The sons and daughters of thy people, and not taking a wife of them.
See that? When you don't like your people, you despise your people, you're gonna not take wife of them. Finish it out.
For in pride is destruction and much trouble, and in lewdness is decay and great want. For lewdness is the mother of famine.
Give me Joshua 23, read verse 11. Joshua 23, read verse 11.
It's the book of Joshua, chapter 23, verse 11.
Come on.
Take good heed, therefore, unto yourselves, that ye love the Lord your God. Else, if ye do in any wise go back and cleave unto the remnant of these nations.
That's what the black man do all in his life today. The black man, Hispanics man, cleave to the other nation. The Hispanic man don't like to marry his people now. Sometimes they'll look to marry Esau. They love Esau. They envy Esau. Come on. They think they're white too. Come on.
Even these that remain among you, and shall make marriages with them, and go in unto them, and they to you. Know for certainty.
The Lord said, know for certainty. Come on.
That the Lord your God will no more drive out any of these nations from before you, but they shall be snares and traps unto you.
When you watch TV today, isn't that what you see?
Yes.
Plain and simple. The Bible is a true book. Come on.
And scourges in your sides, and thorns in your eyes, until you perish from off this good land which the Lord your God have given you.
That's what happened to most of them brothers. That's what happened. They want to marry Becky, and Becky destroying their life. And still the same. The ones that's going to the NBA, they're doing the same dumb stuff. Hit their own people. Let's go back. Reverse 10.
This is the book of Tobit, chapter 1, verse 10.
Come on.
And when we were carried away captives to Nineveh, all my brethren and those that were of my kindred did eat of the bread of the Gentiles.
Start acting like the heathens. Come on.
But I kept myself from eating.
And he did what?
Kept myself from eating.
This tells you that people going to do what they want. But you got to stay firm into God's laws. That's why it's not about friendship. It's not about all the relationship you had. It's about you keeping the laws and being 10 toes down. Read that part again.
Verse 11. But I kept myself from eating.
Now read verse 10.
Verse 10. And when we were carried away captive to Nineveh, all my brethren and those that were of my kindred did eat the bread of the Gentiles. But I kept myself from eating.
See that? Sometimes brothers in the truth, their friend will bugged out. Shit got nothing to do with them, right? They're gonna put themselves into it. You know what? he did this, so I'm gonna do it too. Yeah, that's what brothers be doing. Even in 2018, a lot of brothers just dumb, do stuff that's not stuff that didn't concern them. They put themselves into it. Now brothers want to come back. You unstable. You bugged out. People gonna do their own things. People gonna cleave to what seems right into their own mind. Their lust of their eye. Your job is to what? To stand for God's laws. That's what you got to do. Read it again.
And we were carried away captive to Nineveh. All my brethren and those that were of my kindred did eat the bread of the Gentiles. But I kept myself from eating.
See that? I kept myself from eating. There was what? You got people, Northern Kingdom was acting like the heathen. Acting like the heathen. That's why in Matthew said this. Give me Matthew real quick. Matthew 4, read verse 13.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 4, verse 13.
Come on.
And leaving Nazareth, he came and dwelt in Capernaum, which is upon the seacoast.
Read verse 12.
Verse 12. Now when Jesus had heard that John was cast into prison, he departed into Galilee. And leaving Nazareth, he came and dwelt in Capernaum, which is upon the seacoast, and the borders of Zebulun and Naphtali.
Come on.
That it might be fulfilled, which was spoken by Isaiah the prophet, saying, the land of Zebulun, the land of Naphtali, by the way of the sea, beyond Jordan, Galilee of the Gentiles.
What?
Galilee of the Gentiles.
See that? Galilee of the Gentiles. The Gentile of the Old Testament, the old covenant, it was called what? The 10 tribes. That's who they was. And now the Gentile of the New Covenant is called who? Northern Kingdom. That's how it is. The Gentile of the New Covenant or the 10 tribe of the Old Covenant. That's how it is. That's why in the New Covenant they call them what? They call them Gentiles. In the Old Covenant they call them what? 10 tribes. Simple. But Christian folks forget that. Let's go back. Tobit 1, read verse 10.
It's the book of Tobit, chapter 1, verse 10.
Come on.
And when we were carried away captives to Nineveh, all my brethren and those that were of my kindred did eat of the bread of the Gentiles. But I kept myself from eating.
So that kept himself from being defiled by the heathen. Come on.
Because I remembered God with all my heart.
That's what we all got to do. Remember God with all our mind. Remember the Lord with all our mind. Not be carried away by the multitude to do evil. Come on.
And the Most High gave me grace and favor before Enemanessar, so that I was his purveyor. And I went into Medea and left it thrust. And Gabriel, the brother of Gabrias, at Rages, a city of Medea, 10 talents of silver.
Come on.
Now when Enemanessar was dead, Sennacherib, his son, reigned in his stead, whose estate was troubled.
His state was troubled. Sennacherib too, he killed a lot of us. He killed a lot of the Jews. Come on.
That I could not go into Medea. And in the time of Enemanessar, I gave many alms to my brethren, and gave my bread to the hungry, and my clothes to the naked. And if I saw any of my nation dead or cast about the walls of Nineveh, I buried him.
Read that part again, what he did.
And my clothes to the naked. And if I saw any of my nation dead or cast about the walls of Nineveh, I buried him.
That was verse 17, right?
Yes, sir.
Now give me 2 Ezra 2, read verse 22. 2, read verse 22.
It's the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 2, verse 22.
Uh-huh.
Keep the old and the young within thy walls.
Come on.
Wheresoever thou findest the dead, take them and bury them.
Read that again.
Wheresoever thou findest the dead, take them and bury them.
Come on.
And I will give thee the first place in my resurrection.
So now you wonder why Tobit was doing it, right? So let's go back. Read verse 17.
The book of Tobit, chapter 1, verse 17.
Come on.
And my clothes to the naked. And if I saw any of my nation dead or cast about the walls of Nineveh, I buried him. And if the king of Sennacherib,
That's right. You got it right. Come on.
Sennacherib had slain any when he was come and fled from Judea, I buried them privily.
Uh-huh.
For in his wrath he killed many.
See that in his wrath. It put that stuff I sent you up. For in his what?
For in his wrath he killed many.
He killed a lot of the Jews. He wasn't playing games at all. And the Assyrian, their punishment is crazy. Their punishment is crazy. See up there? That's what they'll do to you. They'll hang you on a stake. Just let you be there, die slowly. Slowly. Painful death. That's how they roll. That's how they roll. They don't play no games at all. Come on. Let's do it. The next one, let me see what all you got. See that? Slow and extreme painful death. They'll just leave you hang like that. They don't play, man. I'm telling you. The Assyrian, there was a trouble empire. A trouble empire, I'm telling you. They got all kind of technique to kill you slowly and make you feel pain. That's all you got? They don't play, man. They do not play. And read that part that on it. It's a
possible depiction of Jehu, king of Israel, giving tribute to King Shalmaneser III.
Yep. That's all you got? Okay. Let's go by. Read that. Read what you got. Read verse 18.
The book of Tobit, chapter 1, verse 18. And if the king Sennacherib had slain any when he was come and fled from Judea, I buried them privily.
He was killing a lot of our people. A lot of our people. And Tobit was burying them. You just see them hanging. When they're hanging, who's going to bury them? So the brother was doing just that. That's what he was doing. Come on.
For in his wrath he killed many.
He killed a lot of us. A lot of the Jews this man killed. Come on.
But the bodies were not found when they were sought for the king. And when one
see that? When the sought for the king was where the body at? Tobit was burying them. So the body was out of hell. Is the body not found? We're killing these people. Come on.
And when one of the Ninevites went and complained of me to the king that I buried them.
It said Tobit's burying them. That's the dude. That's why we're not finding the body, because Tobit is burying them. Come on.
And hid myself, understanding that I was sought for to be put to death.
Tobit know that he was going to be put to death. What happened?
I withdrew myself for fear.
Because the Assyrian wasn't no joke to play with. I'm telling you. That's why you see Jonah, when the Lord tell Jonah to go over there to the land of Nineveh, Jonah's, I ain't going over there. He had a doubt, he had a fear, but the Lord have not given us the spirit of fear. But the Assyrian, there wasn't no joke at all. You saw what it was doing to us, what it was doing to our people. Come on.
Then all my goods were forcibly taken away.
All his what?
All my goods were forcibly taken away.
You think that's not going to happen today? That's going to happen today. It sure will happen today. Give me 2 Ezra 16 real quick. 2 Ezra 16. Tobit said all his goods were taken away. So Bishop been preparing us for this time. 16, read verse 71.
This is the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 16, verse 71.
Come on.
They shall be like madmen, sparing none.
Read verse 70.
Verse 70.
Come on.
For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord.
See that? Didn't Tobit fear God? When he started to do the right thing, what happened? They were hunting him for his life. People snatched. People were letting him know, hey, this brother's doing that. This brother's doing that. You think it's not going to happen today? You think the people are not going to say, hey, this them brothers in the changing the people's life. This the sister that's doing this. All those things going to happen. That's why Romans tells you whatever things that was written before you was born was written for your learning. Plain and simple. Read that again.
Verse 70. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection.
Not a little bit, but great insurrection. Come on.
Upon those that fear the Lord.
Upon those that fear the Lord, keeping God's commandments. Come on.
They shall be like madmen,
Uh-huh.
sparing none.
See that? They shall be like madmen. That's why Psalms 2 said, why the heathen rage? Why the heathen rage? Because they will be like what?
Like madmen.
They'll be like madmen doing what?
Sparing none.
Sparing nobody. Come on.
But still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord.
See that? Spoiling and destroying those that fear God. Come on.
For they shall waste and take away their goods.
See that? They shall waste and take away their goods. Come on.
And cast them out of their houses.
See that? And cast them out of their houses. Come on.
Then shall they be known who are my chosen. And they shall be tried as the gold in the fire.
See that? So go back to Tobit now. Go back to Tobit. Read 18 and 19 together.
It's the book of Tobit, chapter 1, verse 18.
Come on.
And if the king Sennacherib
I'm messing you over having you read 18, huh? You all right. You all right. Come on, 18.
and if the king Sennacherib had slain any
Come on.
when he was come and fled from Judea, I buried them privily. For in his wrath he killed many.
In his wrath he killed many. Come on.
But the bodies were not found when they were sought for of the king. And when one of the Ninevites went and complained of me to the king, that I buried them and hid myself, understanding that I was sought for to be put to death, I withdrew myself for fear. Then all my goods were forcibly taken away. Neither was there anything left me, beside my wife Anna and my son Tobias.
See that? That's how time gonna come. You're not even gonna have a lot of stuff to even carry with you. Read that part again so people can understand this thing, because this stuff is a joke. The stuff that happened back then, it will happen again, because Lord want to prove to see who are his disciples. Read it again.
Verse 20.
Uh-huh.
Then all my goods were forcibly taken away.
This is not what we read in Ezra. Yes. They take everything. Come on.
Neither was there anything left me.
Nothing left him. Come on.
Beside my wife Anna and my son Tobias.
That's it. That's it. Come on.
And there passed not 55 days before two of his sons killed him.
See, his son killed him. Give me Isaiah 37. Isaiah 37, read verse 37 and 38. His son killed him.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 37, verse 37.
Come on.
So Sennacherib, king of Assyria, departed and went and returned and dwelt at Nineveh. And it came to pass.
That's what we're reading in Tobit. Tobit elaborating on it. Come on.
And it came to pass, as he was worshiping in the house of Nisroch, his god, that Adramelech and Sharakzerah, his son, smote him with the sword. And they escaped into the land of Armenia. And Asaradan, his son, reigned in his stead.
Let's go back. Read verse 21 again.
This is the book of Tobit, chapter 1, verse 21. And there passed not 55 days before two of his sons killed him, and they fled into the mountains of Arahath. And Sacaradanus, his son, reigned in his stead, who appointed over his father's accounts and over all his affairs Acharicaras, my brother, and Anael's son.
Come on.
And Acharas, entreating for me.
So this is Tobit's nephew right here. Come on.
Entreating for me, I returned to Nineveh. Now Acharas was cupbearer and keeper of the signet, and steward and overseer of the accounts. And Sacaradanus appointed him next unto him, and he was my brother's son.
See that he was his brother's son. So the Lord showed favor to what? To Tobit. The Lord showed favor to Tobit. Let me see. Give me Jeremiah 15, read verse 11 real quick. Jeremiah 15. Lord's will, next time we're gonna go depth. We're gonna go more into the Assyrian, the days of the Assyrians, the age of the Assyrians. We're gonna go deeper into that to see what it was doing to our people, and we're gonna touch on Nahum as well, because all of them they prophesy about the Assyrian. I should drop that. Give me Nahum 1 real quick. Let's touch that real quick, and then we'll close it out. Nahum 1, read verse 1. Let's touch on that real quick.
This is the book of Nahum, chapter 1, verse 1.
Come on.
The burden of Nineveh, the book of the vision of Nahum, the Elkoshite.
Still now read verse 19.
Verse 19.
3, chapter 3, read verse 1.
This is the book of Nahum, chapter 3, verse 1.
Come on.
Woe to the bloody city! It is all full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not. The noise of
this talk about Assyrian and also America, the bloody city. So now, give me verse 19.
The book of Habakkuk, chapter 3. The book of
Nahum,
chapter 3, verse 19.
Come on.
There is no healing of thy bruise. Thy wound is grievous. All they that hear the brute of thee.
Hold on. Read 19 one more time.
There is no healing of thy bruise.
There's no healing. Why? See how they was tormenting us? They hanged them. They died slowly. It said there's no healing in that bruise. Come on.
Thy wound is grievous.
Their wound is grievous. The way to torture you, the way to kill you is grievous. Come on.
All that hear the brute of thee shall clap their hands over thee.
See that? Come on.
For upon whom have not thy wickedness passed continually?
See that? So Nahum spoke about the destruction of the Assyrian. Spoke about the destruction of Assyrian. But we're going to close it out today on here, and then Lord's will next time we'll go more into the age of the Assyrian Israel. Most High Christ bless you all. Shalom.